This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now. This is a dangerous groups that we're dealing with now.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 24/7 Buf Fandemonium presents the K-Gun Report. I'm your host, Jarrod. Joining me tonight, Mr. Scott.
Hello.
Switched it up there a little bit. And Mr. Swank.
Yo.
Follow us
Keeping us on our toes already.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. On the tracker below, you'll see their handles and all sorts of other cool information down there. Guys, how excited are you? It's hard for me to. I was telling Swank before we got started. It's like I don't know how to react after this game. I want to be screaming off the top of the table and breaking through them, but it's like okay. It's almost like I'm more serious about. Obviously, everyone's going to be about this Kansas City game coming up than the Ravens game last week. It's once this game was over, I had yesterday to feel through my feels or whatever, and then today's like okay.
To get in touch with your feelings, you mean?
Yeah, now it's time for the AFC Championship game. It's like more serious. So it's like, okay, don't get too excited yet. But we're excited. We beat the freaking Baltimore Ravens 17-3. I might add, we only allowed 3 points. 3 points against apparently this high-powered offense that we were going to have trouble playing against. Guys,
they've scored 30-plus points in the last 5 games, so holding them to 3 points is pretty crazy good.
Yo, I don't understand how we did that, though, because everybody said we couldn't do that. Like, we couldn't contain Lamar, and we couldn't hold them to that few points, and there was no way. You got a commentary out there, dude. Kurt Warner, I used to have so much respect for that dude. That guy saying that the better team lost because it wasn't played in a dome.
Right, yeah.
What?
I heard that earlier today, too.
Yo, but I'll tell you what. We're going to the AFC Championship game. The championship game.
Hell yeah.
We deserve to be in the AFC Championship game.
Hey, Scott, do you know when the last time we were in the AFC Championship was?
Was it 1994?
Against?
The Kansas City Chiefs.
And we won that game.
Yeah, and I think in 1993.
So here we go. I was just going to say that. Our
Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, Kansas City Chiefs. 1966 AFL Championship, we lost. 1991 AFC Division playoffs, we won 37-14, and then 1993 AFC Division, we won 30-13. Hey, we'll get more to the KC game later, but right now let's talk about this Baltimore Ravens game that we played.
Hey, real quick, yeah.
Really quick, let's do it really quick. I also want to remind people
there you go.
Today is another giveaway. Swank.
Yeah, buddy.
How do you qualify for getting one of these bad boys?
Well, let me tell you how you get entered in this giveaway. That there is a signed, authenticated Willis McGahee 8x10 glossy. Right there, you can see the authentication. We've been doing these once a week for the last month now. Is this the fourth one?
Yeah.
Wow, okay. This one by far is the one that I'd be the most excited to get, I think. All you have to do is show up as you are right now and write a comment to us, participate in the conversation, and you comment, you're in the drawing, and we'll be drawing it and posting that tomorrow night. So you could talk to previous winners who have already gotten their 8x10 signed glossies and are super happy at it.
No, it's a fun giveaway, man. Like you said, you just say something in the comments, watch along with us, and boom, you're entered. Free gift.
We also have our 24/7 BF stickers. The way you get these is you just PM us your address, and we'll send them out to you for free.
Yep.
That sounds funny. PM us.
Yeah.
PM us. Man, that game was awesome. I mean,
yeah.
I've been excited all day just to talk about it, and then obviously we're going to talk about the Chiefs, but there's so much to that game. Even with Kurt Warner mentioning, if it was played in a dome or the better team lost, it's not just the players, it's the coaches. I mean, our coaches, I think, to a T defensively, had the perfect game plan. We already had one kind of established from last year's game, remember? Because remember, we set the paperwork. We set how we should play Lamar Jackson in that offense last year, and other teams took note, and they did better. They were more successful against them. But, man, that defense, to bring back Trent Murphy.
Yep.
Like we mentioned last week. And the game that Jerry Hughes had, holy cow.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the veteran leadership there. You knew Trent Murphy was going to – he only had one tackle. But the contain that he kept on that outside was crazy good. Jerry Hughes, he'd head upfield like a bat out of hell, and then he'd stop and contain Lamar. And those two had a hell of a game. But let's remember Zimmer, Phillips, Oliver. They prevented Lamar from sneaking right up the middle. So that whole defensive line, kudos to them for keeping that whole rushing game at bay. Granted, they did have a bunch of rushing yards, but those rushing yards are all situational. Everybody's looking at the stats. They still average 5 yards a carry. But a lot of those were on on first down. So first and 10, 12-yard run.
Yeah.
But when it came down to second and third down, they were snuffing them.
Yeah. I mean, the team might have had rushing yards. We still held them to 40 yards less than their average, I believe. Okay. And the thing is that, like, what did we say last week? Lamar didn't have those huge blow-up plays. Aside from, like, that first drive where it looked like they might steamroll us until halfway through it, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh, okay, everybody stepped up and they're here to play now. You know what I mean? Lamar didn't get his. We held the running back that had over 200 yards, right, the previous week to, I think, 70, right? Mm-hmm. So the defense, not only the line, the linebackers, you got guys that have been for half the season getting ridiculed, for a couple seasons getting ridiculed, and questionable as far as where they should be ranked, first team, second team. Levi Wallace, dude. How about the way he corralled Lamar? He didn't over-pursue him. He kept him in front of him, and when it was time to get him, he got him.
Yeah, he didn't jump with the pump fake?
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people, he just stayed on his feet, and he had one target and went after it.
Yeah, Levi Wallace is like half of Lamar Jackson's size also. Right. You know,
I think he's the reason why that first drive stalled out, right?
Yeah.
Levi Wallace got that big sack.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you got, Johnson, man. T. Johns. That pick is the most insane play I've seen in recent grown-up Justin Swank history of watching Bills football, dude. I could not believe it. Like, when he threw that ball, and all of a sudden it was like, no, get down, no, go. Like, geez, man, it was insane. Like, and you got the second or third highest paid cornerback in the league that was running out there blocking for him, like, and the sideline. I don't know if you guys have seen that video. 24/7 BF fam, if you have not seen the video of him running down the sidelines and Matt Barkley holding his jacket out like a cape, running after him with Josh Allen jumping in the back, it's insane, man. We say it every week. This team is so fun.
What else you see from that sideline view is, when he took that ball out, there were two main concerns I had. Is like, Lamar's still back there. I didn't think he was going to take it all the way back for the touchdown. Mm-hmm. Lamar's back there. He's faster than Taron Johnson, I think. And Trey White got in front of him, blocked him. But the unsung hero all year, the guy that's unrecognized constantly, one of the best safeties in the league, Hollywood Brown was still out there. He's clearly the fastest guy on the field. And by the time Taron Johnson hit that 30-yard line, Hollywood was about 10 yards behind him.
Yeah.
Jordan Poyer came out of nowhere and blocked him right onto the sidelines and took care of that issue.
Nice.
So Jordan Poyer, that view of the end zone where they're running after, you see Jordan Poyer take care of Hollywood Brown, and that's the big key to that touchdown return. But Taron Johnson, his name is now forever in Buffalo history.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think you guys, Swank, you're just a little younger than us, but Jarrod, do you remember a linebacker by the name of Carlton Bailey?
Yep, Carlton Bailey, yep.
Big Bills fans know who he is. We're familiar with him. He's a good linebacker.
Number 54.
He kind of fell behind with all the high names that the Bills had on their defense. 1992 against the Denver Broncos. It was supposed to be 52-plus points in that game. It was 0-0 at halftime. And Carlton Bailey had an interception and took it in for a touchdown. And his name will forever be a Buffalo Bill highlight. And Taron Johnson just made a name for himself, and he's young. Keep in mind, this is only Taron Johnson's third year.
Yeah. So I want to throw out quickly, hey, to Taron Johnson, because that pick six was the tied for longest in NFL history in the playoffs. And also,
George Teague tied with that one.
Yeah. So, hey, goes out to, I'm wearing my Bills Mafia shirt today. If you listen to that video of him taking that touchdown pick six, the crowd was amazing. And I know we've said it we've heard it everywhere. on every cast and stuff like that, that 6,700 fans sounded like 67,000 fans. And there was a drive stopper, actually. We pinned the Baltimore Ravens down inside the 10-yard line, and the noise from 7,000 people caused 2 false starts.
2 false starts.
Yep. 2 false starts. So how awesome was that? So give a hey out to those Buffalo Bills fans over there, the Bills Mafia. We rock.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Hell yeah,
absolutely.
And once again, another hey to the Mafia for donating to Lamar Jackson's charity. I thought that was huge. As always, we all always step up as a fan base, and I think they're over $300,000 to that.
They're over 400,000. I had something I wanted to say about that, because when everybody started doing that, I thought I think it's awesome. I think it's amazing. People are putting their money out there. It's people will say it's just football and all that kind of stuff. This is what makes Bills Mafia different, right? Like, we recognize these kind of things, and Lamar is important to the game. I saw this really great post about how, there was this guy who's a member of Bills Mafia, but the game is better with Lamar healthy and playing, and that's the truth, man. Like, he's a good guy. I've never heard anything bad about Lamar Jackson. I respect him, whatever. The thing I wanted to say was that there were some people that were coming out and they were dogging people for donating outside of Buffalo and donating to Lamar's cause in Baltimore instead of perhaps Josh Norman's small business in Buffalo cause, which has also raised a bunch of money. I gotta say, please don't be that guy or that woman who does that. I mean, don't take away somebody's giving. I can't imagine anybody like telling me where to donate my my hard-earned money to. I mean, really, we do it to feel better about ourselves and to help out a worthy cause. It doesn't matter where the inspiration for that came from. You know what I mean? Like, so
I saw that too. I saw that dogging a little bit where people were basically telling them where to spend your money.
Yeah,
that's wrong. Come on, it's
man.
going towards a donation to charity. Give it up.
Yeah, if you're donating to something that you want to donate to, do it. It's great. Everybody can use it. I did look at a thing. In total, they're up to almost $3 million or $2 million.
$1.98 million donated so far this year.
Yeah, between O'Shea, Josh Norman's, which is up to like 420,000, and then the Lamar's backpacks. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's awesome. And if you're one of those people that donated, do whatever you feel comfortable with, and that's awesome. Kudos to you, and thanks for representing the area well.
And just to add a little bit to that, that's also, I don't know if you guys know, but Baltimore Ravens fan base is now donating to O'Shea.
So
maybe one thing can lead to another. Whoever you want to donate to, it's gonna be awesome. Scott's doing something here. Got a runny nose.
Yo, John Johns just said something cool. Charity has no boundaries. He's absolutely right, man.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Doesn't love one another. That's all that counts. All right, so I'm glad we hit the defense first. The defense, we had Edmonds leading the way with 9 tackles, Milano and Hyde both 7. We had a good sack game. We had Hughes with 2, Wallace with 1, Addison's back on the charts with another one, and then we have Taron Johnson with his big pick. Let's see here. Special teams. So,
can I give one more shout out to the defense?
Go ahead.
One of my biggest concerns was Mark Andrews, rightfully so. He's an all-pro tight end. Targeted 11 times, 4 catches. That's Milano and Taron Johnson right there as well. So shout out to them. We've been killed by tight ends this year, and they did a great job against one of the best.
Absolutely. Yeah, Milano had a huge pass breakup against Andrews there about halfway through the game. It was great.
It was pretty sweet. They both played well. Special teams was kind of iffy because obviously the wind was a factor. You can always – Bass missed 2, but you know what, everybody? Tucker, the best kicker in the league, he missed 2 too. So, fortunately – the final score was 17-3, but that could have been different if they made them. Roberts
played in a dome, it would have been different.
Yeah, it would have been different. Roberts 1 for 26 on kick returns. He had 1 punt return for 8. And Bojo 4 kicks, 147 yards, 36.8, a little bit less than his average, but he also kicked twice inside the 20, which is always a huge.
Tell you what, not as bad as the Ravens Banker. Punter there with that shank that he did right off the bat. So
his name is spelled Koch. Are you just afraid to say his name because you don't know how to say it?
No, I just don't care enough to remember it.
All right, guys. So let's move to the offense quick. Did the offense concern you guys at all Saturday night?
Our offense?
Yes.
No. Nope. You know why?
Go ahead.
It was windier than hell. That one bomb that everybody was giving Josh problems for in the first half, the wind took it. Like, that's the way I see it. Diggs still had his 100-yard game. He got a touchdown. They did what they had to do. They did enough to win against a hard team in the divisional playoff game. I don't think it reflects at all what their promise or capabilities are moving forward. I think it's just get it done. And that's pretty much what Josh has said after all these wins. You know what I mean? After the Indy game, after the Ravens game, you just got to find a way to get it done. And it doesn't have to be pretty.
It was divisional playoff time. We're in the playoffs. It's not going to be 400 yards passing, 35 points a game kind of thing. You win them the way you win them and how you win them, okay? And that's just the way it is. We got the W. That's all that counts.
Yep.
Yeah. Playoff football is a different breed. You're right. And it's
Beasley didn't get a catch.
It's not how – neither – I don't think Brown did either, did he?
Yeah, Brown had a couple.
Brown had a couple. He had
Brown
a couple
had
toe
8 for
taps.
62. He
Yeah.
did. So, guys, here's my thought about this offense. We were finding our way in the first half, right? We couldn't really put one in the end zone. We came back the second half. We got the ball. We drove right down and scored, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we kick off. The Baltimore Ravens drive down, and then bam, that interception for touchdown, up 17-3. I feel, and let me know if you agree with me or not, did Dayball pull back a little bit, knowing that we had the 17-3 lead, knowing that the defense had control of Lamar? Because, McKenzie wasn't there. McKenzie didn't play much. There's no sweeps. I felt like the play calling just became more of a hold on to the ball. You know what I mean? No real crazy plays. And personally, for me, I feel like they held back a little bit for the rest of the game.
I think that a lot of that had to do with weather and trying to keep the lead. I don't think that he purposely curbed, you know what I mean? I don't know. I wouldn't think that it would be if he could have scored again, they would have scored again. That's where I'm getting
He's had
at.
the foot on the gas all year.
Yeah.
There's no reason why he would stop in the playoffs.
I did like that when the run game was like whatever, but they did that little quick shot to McKenzie there, and that was like a run. It was like hit the ball, throw it to him, and he gained a good chunk of yardage off that. They were doing little stuff like that I thought was good. I guess if you're not saying like he saved something for this weekend, or are you? That is what you're saying.
I'm saying he saved a lot for this weekend.
I don't think so.
No.
I think, to be honest, if he was doing that, I think that's stupid. I think if he could have, because you're.
Geez, Swank.
Well, no, no, I'm not saying you're stupid. I'm saying if he was doing it, stupid. You know what I mean? But I don't think that you can be comfortable with the lead that we had. Literally. If they would have scored that touchdown and Johnson wouldn't have done the pick six, you would have had to score. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I still think even when they got that score afterwards, they were in that mindset where they had to score. So yeah, I really hope he wasn't holding stuff back. And if that's the case, then man, this weekend better be a fireworks show. Because if that was if you're holding everything back for the Chiefs and potentially the Bucks or the Packers or whoever we think we're going to win that game.
It'll be the Bucks.
But man, yeah, that's just a dangerous game to be playing, dude. You don't know if you're going to make it through this week, so why hold anything back? I would dump everything at them every week.
You still had a full quarter to play too.
Yeah.
That's a lot of time. I know the Ravens offense is known to be able to put points on the board quick. They like to establish drives, but that's still a full quarter. You never know.
Yeah.
Still the playoffs.
Yeah.
Points. Yeah.
Look what they did to the Patriots. Look at what they did to Miami when they were going into the playoffs.
True. True. You are absolutely correct. All right. We're done with that, guys. Now it's on to the AFC Championship game. Before we get there, though, I'm going to remind everybody that we have a giveaway going on. Willis McGahee, PSA,
yeah.
DNA, authentic. All you need to do is comment. You're in. We'll spin the wheel tomorrow, and we'll let the winner know who they are tomorrow night. Also, free stickers. Give us your address. Personal message us. We'll send them out.
Yep.
That's right.
Swank, you got anything delicious you're sipping on today?
No, I had kind of a stomach ache, so I'm doing lemon lime Gatorade tonight.
There you go.
Yeah,
Brought to you by the lemon lime.
and
How
Gatorade.
about you, Scott? Ooh, Guinness.
It's my favorite winter drink, actually. So,
Nice. Can you guess what I'm drinking again?
Iron Smoke Bourbon Whiskey, looks like.
Iron Smokes Bourbon Whiskey.
There you go.
Perfect.
Deliciousness. All right. Like I said, AFC Championship football next Sunday at 6:40. A little different time, but it's perfect. Kansas City Chiefs. Did you know the Buffalo Bills lead that series 26-22-1? They've played them 3 times in the playoffs. I don't know if anybody's seen this yet, but the first one I saw someone leave a message on the Fandemonium page about the Buffalo Bills fan base holds grudges. The Buffalo Bills lost to the Kansas City Chiefs in 1966, 31-7, which would have sent Buffalo to the first Super Bowl to play against Green Bay.
Yep.
1991 AFC division play, Kansas City 14, Buffalo 37, and 1993 AFC division KFC
Okay.
13, Buffalo 30. Pandemonium, give us your opinion, what you're excited about and what your fear about this upcoming game, and we'll share it.
Yeah, do you guys like breasts or chicken tenders?
Chicken tenders or extra crispy. Extra crispy.
Jared, but before that 66 year, that playoff game that took the Chiefs to the Super Bowl, the Buffalo Bills were on the right end of the championship, AFL championship games against the Chargers a couple years. They were the AFL champions. So this was the first year that they merged to have the Super Bowl, and the Bills lost to the Chiefs.
And Bills lost it, yeah.
Yep.
So grudge is being held, so we got them this Sunday. Scott, I'm going to leave with you. Anything worry you about this Kansas City Chiefs team? Anything that you were excited to see? What matchups?
He was talking to me earlier. He said nothing at all. Nothing worries him.
There's no reason.
You might take a nap throughout the game.
No, interestingly enough, you look at the stats, team stats, defensively and offensively, we're pretty identical. We really are. I mean, we're within 20 yards of total yards offensive, rushing and passing, and the same goes for the defense. But concerns is there's still too many things up in the air right now as far as injuries go. I don't know about Mahomes. Honestly, I would like to play Mahomes only because, like Swank always says, we have a lot of film on him. Chad Henne, we don't. There's not a lot of film on Chad Henne. I know he's not as mobile and he doesn't have the arm strength that Mahomes has, but it's just one of those things. I'd rather play someone that you have a lot of film on. And, to be honest, you'd rather play the best team out there, and you don't want to have any excuses of why you made the Super Bowl. But too much is in the air. I need to know what Mahomes is doing. I need to know what Edwards-Helaire, that running back that tore us up a little bit in Week 6, is doing. I know he's questionable right now. But as always, because of the run game that the Chiefs did have against us, and because Kelsey is a dynamite tight end, those are my 2 concerns. I played the running game tight end fear all year, and rightfully so. Milano's back. He didn't play against the Chiefs last time they played in Week 6. So there's your tight end coverage. But that's going to be a matchup to watch, definitely, with those 2. And then with the defensive line coming into their own, and I think the run game will be okay. But run game and tight end, those are my big concerns. And then we'll find out.
You also
about
mentioned that Edmonds is 100% healthy too.
Edmonds is also 100%. In Week 6 when they played the Chiefs, Edmonds still had that bum shoulder, and Milano wasn't even in there. So.
Point.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill at all?
Yeah,
How about you, Swank? Anything concern you? Anything you excited to see?
Yeah, man. I think that we match up really well with them. I think I saw the weather. It's supposed to be like 29 degrees and a little bit of wind. But this is like the AFC Championship we all deserve, right? Like,
I think it's the best 2 teams by far.
Out of the 4 teams playing, 3 out of the 4 quarterbacks are all up for MVP, right? They're all in discussion for at least half the year and on. You got Mahomes and Josh Allen, 2 biggest arms, one with a year head start on the other, and Super Bowl under his wing and whatever. I mean, there's just like a lot of really exciting storylines. And I think their defense, what it's going to come down to is their defense isn't as good as our defense. And I think we can move the ball on them. I think that the Chiefs are going to make their plays. but I don't think they've come up against a team like us. Not this version of the team. You know what I mean?
After our bye week version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So, you know, if you're looking at all the numbers, they've won all of their games by 6 points or less, right? Their win streak is consisted of 6 points or less. They haven't really played a crazy list of, like, amazing teams. You know, they beat the Browns to get here. You know, I don't know.
How does that make you feel, by the way, that the Browns are out of it?
Beautiful. I know that there's a lot of love for Cleveland right now in the Buffalo community, but I do not like Cleveland. I always did like Cleveland. You guys know I do not like. I don't like about 8 players on their team, and that'll never change until they're gone. So that's about it. We don't have to talk about the Browns though. They're gone.
Sorry.
They're gone. They're watching it later.
So yeah, for me, I think obviously secondary play, containing Patrick Mahomes, depending on if the toe and the concussion are going to be ailments for him. If he's back, you know, 80-90%, I think you got to play him similar to the way you played Lamar, and make him throw it, which is a problem too. So yeah, I mean, I'm just looking forward to it. The nerves haven't hit me in my gut yet. Maybe that's why I have a stomachache today. I just don't realize it. But like,
it's championship weekend, man. Championship week. Like, the nerves are gonna be hitting firing on all cylinders all week.
Yeah.
What's wrong with me?
Haven't ate anything. But yeah, I obviously Mahomes, obviously Hill, obviously Kelsey, Hilaire if he's involved. You know, those are your main concerns. On the other side of the ball, you got the Honey Badger, and I got a lot of respect for him. But really, out of all the guys on that side of the defense, he's really the only guy I'm super worried about. He's, to me, like, he's the star on that defense.
He's all over the place.
He plays 110%. He likes to jaw in people's faces. He likes to try and draw penalties. And I don't necessarily think he's dirty. I just think that he's like a pit bull, man. Like, I think he likes to hit things. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be a shootout. I think it's going to be the Wild West in Kansas City, man.
Yeah.
I tell you what, Swank, if the defensive coordinator, if Frazier and this defense has a game plan that they believe in and they stick to it and it's effective, like the Ravens game was, this will be another awesome shutting down a high-powered offensive game. And I think they're firing on all cylinders, our defense. And I think Frazier's got a hot hand right now, and I wouldn't be surprised. I agree. I think it's gonna be a shootout, just because the Chiefs really don't. Rashard Breeland and Rashad Fenton, their number 3 and number 4 corners, are injured right now, so they're just playing with their starting 2. So there's every reason not to believe. There's no reason not to believe that the Bills can put up some points. But if this defense is playing on all cylinders like they have been, and Frazier's calling the right shots, man, oh man, it could be a high-scoring game, or it could be Bills shutting them out.
I think the big thing about the defense is the main thing is mistake-free football. And I think that's when you get in the playoffs, you have to be mistake-free. And if you are, your chances of winning are higher. And I feel like that was the Baltimore Ravens game. You know, we almost made one mistake. You know, Allen got sacked, and he fumbled the ball. Thank goodness we had a guy there to recover it. But mistake-free football is part of the success plan that you have to have in playoff football. Mm-hmm. And I feel like you said, Scott, if we have a game plan where they can stick to and it's working, and Frazier has a game plan sticking and working to, if nobody makes a mistake, and I hate to quote this, but does their job, then I think we're going to be fine.
Let's not forget what the Week 6 brought with the Chiefs-Bills game. We just had a Week 5 against the Titans. That was a COVID week, and everything was all jacked up. Nothing was even running straight for the Buffalo Bills. They were preparing for two teams before they were told on Tuesday that they were playing the Titans. And then a short week after that, they played the hot Chiefs at that time. So there's a lot more preparation going into this game. And like I said, we have the hot hand, so do the Chiefs, because we're obviously both in the AFC Championship game. But I think we've had a lot more time to prepare for this game. And I'm excited to watch.
And we're on fire, so that helps too.
Yeah,
We're on
that
fire.
does
Like
help.
Swank said, this is a different team. This is a different team. All right.
That's right.
That's
Mhm.
right. Yeah. No excuses. No excuses. Just play the game. Do your job. Do what the game plan is. And let's go.
Josh.
so
Josh Cook in the comments
what's
real
that?
fast. Josh
Go
Cook in
ahead.
the comments was saying that Con Coward was saying on the herd that he thinks that they should push the game back if Mahomes can't go because of his concussion.
Here's the thing. If you start telling people that they got to wait for their starters to come back, then, hell, I think we should wait till May to play. Let's have Star Latulier practice for a couple
Sure.
weeks and then have him. Let's wait for him to come back, Star Latulier, then we'll take care of that
Let's
running
wait
game.
until after free agency.
Yeah.
Maybe I can
Yeah,
scoop up
let's
some
have a
other
draft, too, to see
yeah.
what we can pick up. You got to play with the guys you have. People have been doing it all year round.
For the
It's an
history of the
injury. It's
game.
not a COVID-related injury.
The history of the game, there's never been one before COVID. There's never been one game that's been delayed because a superstar or a stud or a player has been hurt or
Right.
sick or anything.
Greatest comeback of all time. We had to go with Frank Reich.
There you go.
One.
Yep.
Anything can happen on any given Sunday. You don't. Coward. Yeah, he's been good. He's been a big Bills fan all along.
Oh,
I
that's
think.
what it is. It's too good right now, so now he's got to go back the other way,
Right.
And tomorrow, Nick Wright's going to get his ketchup and mustard, attention-grabbing condiment bath, so that whole thing will be over, and now they can get back to their regularly scheduled Bills hatership.
That numbskull right there. He's one of those fans. Obviously, he doesn't like the Bills, but he's one of those fans that takes all the things that happen during a game and have an excuse for him, like Tucker missing 2 field goals. Well, he finds the excuse of how any of the mistakes that happen because they happen everywhere for every team, every game. But he seems to play the game as if nothing wrong was supposed to happen.
Mhm.
There's not supposed to be wind. There's not supposed to be rain. And he's just an idiot.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I've listened to him a couple times. He says, if you know football, you don't know football, dude. You just talk.
All these dudes are like shock jocks to me. None of it is based in fact. It's all just like, what crazy thing can I say to get a bunch of people to pay attention to me? Skip Bayless saying that he would still pick Baker Mayfield over Josh Allen to be the quarterback of his team. It's all just like clickbait,
Yeah,
Unlike
because everybody else is saying Josh Allen, so I got to be someone that you got to say my name because I'm saying Baker Mayfield's better.
Well, and I think that it's easy to bait Bills Mafia into an argument, right? Because we care.
well,
We care more than most. So you say something crappy about our quarterback when he's playing well, like we can take it when you keep talking junk when he's not playing well. Now he is. I mean, he's exactly who we all thought he was going to be, right? So, but now you want to make an excuse? Like, the numbers between Baker and him don't lie, and the better team didn't win. The team that won, Yep. So there's no argument for, oh, well, if Lamar wouldn't have thrown that pick, okay, well, that make him the better team because he threw that pick? Like, that was an accident? Didn't mean it?
Right.
It's ridiculous. It's like this ridiculous mindset to me. Like, if Josh Allen threw 2 picks in that game, they'd be like, oh, my God, there he is. We got him. Like,
Yeah.
But he...
Well, Nick Wright's one of those guys that they better squirt him with Heinz mustard and ketchup, or else he's going to complain.
Yeah,
Use one of my food.
Yeah, man, I'd use
He's
spicy
one of those guys
mustard.
complains about everything.
Spicy mustard. So yeah, guys, like we guys were talking about, or I know you mentioned you rather play Mahomes, and I've heard a lot this week, these last 2 days about there'd be an asterisk next to the Bills win if they beat Kansas City when they didn't have Mahomes. I'm like,
Nope.
Who cares?
Nope.
You still got to play the team.
I don't care if Andy Reid's out there playing quarterback. All these people have been like, somebody said they'd rather lose to Mahomes than beat Henny. And I'm like,
You win.
what?
Stop.
No.
Just you sound
When?
silly. Stop
If
talking.
Andy Reid is out there with his like bra cup face mask on and he's playing quarterback, I want to beat him. I don't care. I give 0 shits, pardon my French, who is out there playing quarterback. It does not bother me at all. And there's no asterisks. Tom Brady's had a bunch of those games. That's the way the cookie crumbles. The Bills did not go to a tarot reader and put it in the juju and curse the Chiefs into having Patrick Mahomes be in concussion protocol. Like, this is the way the game is. unless he has COVID, the game is going to be played on Sunday night.
Yeah. Yep. You can't start
Unless
making up
multiple
shit.
people have COVID.
Yeah.
Even Denver Broncos had no quarterback for one game, and they still played the whole game. So don't start playing favoritism now, because that will not look good for the league.
Yep.
One of the big worries that I have regarding, I think my voice just cracked a little bit there, regarding the game and the quarterback situation is we still got to play against Andy Reid. I have a lot of respect for that coach. I think he can make anything work that he has in his hands, and so he's one of my big concerns. He's a likable guy. So Andy Reid is my big worry, because I think he can, like Nick Wagner said, he's a leader of men, and I think he does a good job at it. So whoever's out there, he's going to put in the best situation to win the game. We just hope that our guys are prepared better.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Well,
The Chiefs are going to be prepared.
the best advantage you got to going up against an Andy Reid is that your coach came from his tree, So he spent quite a few years defending Andy Reid's offense in his own system.
In practice.
So I don't think anybody's going to understand it better than Sean McDermott.
Do you guys realize, I don't know if you heard it this week, but they kept saying it over and over and over again that Andy Reid fired Coach McDermott. He fired him. And if you look a little bit deeper into it, yes, he let him go, but he knew that McDermott was going to be doing bigger and better things.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like he fired him. He just knew that was his journey to let him go. And it's like they're trying to make this battle between two coaches who hate each other. One was fired, one was, it's like it's not happening.
Yeah, no, not at all. And that was that was the narrative when they played the first time this season too. And they even did like a little like news bit on it. And McDermott came out and said like exactly what Andy Reid said to him when he was like, I'm going to let you go because I know that you're going to go here and do this. Like, you know, like, I don't know.
Do you guys remember that?
It's a Kansas City Chiefs with the Buffalo Bills AFC Championship game, and it's the game that everybody wanted. You know, I mean, the Super Bowl champs from last year, up and coming, and the new look Buffalo Bills who have worked so hard and taken the 4 years to get where they are now. It's the story that you want in the AFC right now. It's the perfect matchup.
Yep.
Yeah,
Well,
like
it's
I
the
said.
two best youngest quarterbacks and then the two best oldest quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Right? AFC, NFC. It's going to be up and comer against the old gunslinger. Like that's what the Super Bowl is
regardless
going to
of
be,
who
no
wins.
matter who wins. Yeah.
Yeah, regardless. Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, Fandemonium, we're going to do our segment of the night where we, unless anybody has anything else to say about the KC game,
Go Bills.
get them,
Man,
Buffalo.
Go Bills. We're
Fandemonium, give us your score predictions, and if you're feeling a little generous, throw out a little bit of your bold prediction. Allen has so many yards, we rush for so many, that kind of thing. Scott, I'm going to let you lead the way. You know what we actually didn't do? We didn't do our pick'ems this week, did we? Damn it.
Nope. Who's
I
in
never
charge of
said
that,
it.
Jared?
Yeah, that was me. Swank, you won. Scott.
I know.
Scott, what's
I
your
think
bold?
I was the only one that picked the Bucks to beat the
Yeah, you had to go up
Saints,
one at
wasn't it?
least. Yep.
Yeah, you were already down 1-3, Scott.
Yeah, I know. I had to make
Scott,
some strides.
score prediction and bold prediction for the Buffalo Bills versus Kansas City Chiefs.
But our Bills get that 35 points that I love putting out there so much. I mean, not that Jared said something about them Dable holding back a little bit. I don't think he did, but we haven't seen our potent offense. We've seen an offense that scores enough and does enough to win a football game, but we haven't seen that potent offense that we've seen in the regular season. And I'm saying this because we did play the Colts, who had the top 5 defense in the league 2 weeks ago, and then we played the Ravens, who also had the top 10 defense last week.
And
Chiefs
the
are hurting a
Steelers
little.
and the 49ers
Right.
and
The Dolphins.
the Dolphins.
This is not. I mean, if we were to pick last week who we wanted to play, Chiefs would have been who I would have picked. Cleveland Browns defense is so tough. Chiefs have a weaker defense, and I think we can put a lot of points on them. So I'm going 35 points. I'm sorry to ramble on a little bit. 35-21. And with that being said, Allen will have a 400-yard passing game with 4 touchdowns.
Okay. I have that written down right there. 400 yards, 4 touchdowns. So I'll have to switch mine up. I did have a second one, so good thing. I have a second bold prediction.
Oh, good.
Swank, what's up with you, bud?
I am gonna go ahead with the old faithful homer pick here, and I'm going to say that the Bills are going to put up 42 on the Kansas City Chiefs, and that the Chiefs are going to come away with exactly 27 points. I think this is going to be a blowout. I think they're going to set the tone. I don't think that Mahomes is going to come in there healthy. You saw what he looked like with that toe when he was throwing off. And then I've had 5 or 6 concussions. I know the more you get, the longer it takes to feel right about it. So if you're out there getting whacked and doing all that stuff and getting pressure applied to you, wink, wink, Leslie, you know, I don't think he's going to be able to handle it. So that's my score, and my bold prediction is that AJ Epinesa, Jerry Hughes, and Jordan Poyer each get a sack.
Oh,
Wow.
I like
That's
it.
fantastic.
Real quick on the Epinesa thing, Jared. I know.
No, I
Did
was
you
going to
guys-
touch on him too. Go ahead.
He came in out of college at 280, right? And I forget how tall he is, 6'5", 6'6". And you know the Bills played the whole, well, we're not going to bring him in until he's ready kind of thing. Did you know they were dropping his weight on purpose?
Yeah, I heard something
They
about
wanted
that.
him to drop down to 255, 260, and he's definitely slimmed down and he looks a lot quicker. So I think they're trying to mold him into a Hughes productive type of defensive end. But it was funny. I read the story last week about how they were taking their time, making sure he dropped the weight the right way, and they wanted to turn him into a 265-pound defensive end that had speed from that 280 frame that he came from
Yeah.
Iowa. It's interesting.
Listen, he was getting around the corner when he was out there with Lamar. He was back there, you know, and he obviously was doing his part. And there was a couple times when they did get to him that he was right there, part of the party, you know. So I think he's got a bright future. I can't wait till it all like 100% clicks with him, you know.
Right.
And maybe I am so stoked for our rookies. Like, this is the expectation they have. Can you imagine what Kyle Williams is thinking right now? Like,
Yeah,
if you got
Kyle.
drafted to this team 4 years ago, you've made the playoffs 3 times, and now you're making a deep run, you know? And that's an amazing thing. Where for the 17 years prior to that, how many draftees had came and gone and never even sniffed it, you know? How many great players,
Right,
you know?
right.
So this is awesome. I'm excited that's like what you get when you come to Buffalo now, is that you can
Well,
expect to get in the playoffs.
The thing is, real quick, is if I'm going to pick all the games that they played this year that Epinesa is going to learn the most from Hughes and Murphy, it was this Baltimore game, with how they changed their approach and did the whole contain and don't let the guy. That was a perfect game for Epinesa to be a part of. Perfect game.
It's not all about going and getting the quarterback. It's about doing your responsibility
Mhm.
and
staying in
playing
your
as a
home.
teammate.
Yeah, I mean, this is the biggest thing I think for the Bills moving forward right now, man. They're winning in different ways. All year long, they won with the passing attack, and the offense carried the defense. We're so used to that, right? Like, usually it's the other way around, and now the defense has come up. They've won games on the ground. They've won games defensively. They've won, you know, just different ways, and they're handedly winning. like I don't know. It's impressive.
Yeah, Swank, I love that take. I love that you mentioned Epinesa, because I was thinking about him the last 2 days too, that he's almost there. You know, he's in with these vets and they're running around like crazy men, controlled. But Epinesa's, this would be a great game for him to make something happen, because like you said, he was coming around that corner against Lamar, and he was almost there. And I think he's going to get home. Be nice for that one, but it'd be awesome for 2. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, I have Buffalo rolling. This is a totally different team than the earlier week. I think it was a week 6 matchup that the Bills are playing against Kansas City Chiefs. This confident team. After week 11, after that bye, we've been just rolling. Things have come together. Josh Allen is on fire. You know, our receiving core is on fire, helping Josh Allen out there. Our defense has finally found something, and they're playing with a lot of speed, a lot of responsibility. and a lot of emotion. So, and our special teams, it'd be nice to see Andre Roberts. We haven't mentioned him yet today, but let's let him get home. But my bold prediction is Buffalo's going to just roll, 42-17. I had Allen for 400 with 4 TDs, but I'm switching it to go back to I personally think the ball held back a little bit. Don't be surprised if you see not 1, not 2, but more than 2 trick plays coming out for not necessarily scores, but to move the ball down the field. And I can't wait to see it. And I really hope, because McKenzie's deserved it. He's been working hard all year. I hope he has a big part this game.
I hope Beasley gets involved in this game too.
Yeah.
What's that, Scott?
He needs no catches, 2 targets, no catches last week.
I think he's still hurt. I think having him out there was mostly decoy.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Still
Hopefully, I think maybe he's another week, and maybe now, you see it switching where, like, John Brown, after the Miami game and the Colts game, he was, like, a little lackluster. Now this week he stepped up, and you can see he's feeling himself. So hopefully this week off, they got an extra day even.
Yeah, John Brown had a quiet 6 catches, 86 yards. So.
Yeah.
We also forget that Gabe Davis almost had a nice score there too.
Yeah.
And he's been quiet, and when you drop a touchdown pass in the playoff game, maybe his vets are behind him saying, listen, this next one against Kansas City you have to squeeze onto.
You go get it.
Absolutely.
You go get it.
Man, we have so many good players. It's hard to touch on every one of them, you know what I mean?
I know it. So is Stills or Freeman going to be activated this week, you think?
I think it's precautionary.
You think all of that's precautionary?
Yeah,
Kumaro,
and they just brought back Kumaro too.
Yeah, I saw
The
that.
practice squad, so who they bumping?
Man, isn't that half the fun, waiting to see who the Bills activate? And then it's like, yes, look who they activated. They activated Antonio Williams and Dane Jackson last week, but then they scratched them. So
Yeah.
So it's always interesting to see, and it's exciting. Yeah. They know what they're doing.
Isn't it?
As a fan base, we like to participate, but ultimately they make the decisions. We just have to trust the process.
Isn't it awesome that we don't need them?
Yep.
Yeah. How awesome is that? Right.
Yeah, you think of like a couple of years ago when everybody, like, I remember Duke Williams' first game, right? And he caught that touchdown and all that stuff.
Game winner.
And people were just like, and there was so much hype around Duke Williams. Everybody wanted Duke Williams. And I remember the announcer of that game being like, Duke Williams, practice squad play up. And whoever the color commentary guy was, he was like, yeah, not a lot of people know the practice squad players for their favorite team, but this whole stadium's just going Duke. It's like, dude.
That's our fans, though.
Yeah, Bills fans are such psychopaths about their team that they know everything, and it's awesome.
We know the practice squad players.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Guys, we have one pick 'em outside the Buffalo Bills game. Obviously, we all picked the Buffalo Bills, and we wish you guys the best of luck. You guys have been awesome this year. We love watching you. If you're watching, hi. Think any Buffalo? No, anyway. Tampa Bay and Green Bay. Who do you want to win that game? What are you guys looking forward to in that game? Swank, I'll let you lead the way with this.
The Battle of the Bays.
Okay.
You like that? I just made that up. It's pretty good.
I'm
torn about it. So Aaron Rodgers is amazing, right? But all I see is like him and Devontae Adams, right? And then he's got another wide receiver, Lazard, that's really good, and he's coming into his own. They can pretty much do everything pretty well, really well. And my gut says that they'll win. But
tough defense, too.
The storyline of us playing Brady is way more appealing to me, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't really care either way, but it would be really nice, like, because Josh, that was one of the things I think he let out when he had his guard down a little bit, that he wished that he would have been able to beat Tom Brady. Yeah. So I would like that narrative, but I do not like that the game would be a home game. Because I do not like Tom Brady getting every single thing that he wants in this world. So
I was going to talk about that.
I know. It's just like there's so many little things. So I am going to go, because I go with my chest and my gut. I'm going to go with the Packers. I think they're the better team. I think they're more well-rounded. Tom's been there before a million times, but he hasn't been there with this team. They're scary, but they're inconsistent. You know,
Yep.
they almost got shut out by the same team that they beat the other day. You know, so I'm gonna go ahead and say that Green Bay is gonna win it.
All right.
You know, if it wasn't for the Buccaneers scoring 21 points off of 4 turnovers, that game would have been a different story.
Very true.
But you got to play the games. It's part of the game, too. That's
Again,
the
I'm
other
not-
argument, right?
Again,
Absolutely.
I'm not going to be Nick Wright and have excuses for everybody and
Oh, no.
say the game's going to be perfect. But I know you're going to me next, Jared. I would like to see a Rodgers. I like Rodgers. You know, a lot of people have stories about him. The more I come out every year, but I like Rodgers more than Brady. I like the Packers more than the Buccaneers, and they are a well-rounded team. Defense is really good, and I don't think you can stop Brady. That Buck defense is pretty good, though. They create a lot of pressure. But again, that whole Brady getting whatever he wants. Never in the history of the NFL has the host of the Super Bowl been the home team, been the team of the team that makes the Super Bowl. So Tampa going to Tampa, that would be just one more thing that Brady added to his resume, saying that he did. I'd hate that. I really would.
You know what's
Still-
interesting though? Now that you're saying that, and I mean it's just like schematics or whatever, or whatever you want, however you want to say it. I think the Bills would actually be the home team. They'd have the better record, right?
I think
Usually what happens,
whoever won the Pro Bowl would wear the
usually it's whoever won the Pro Bowl during that week between the Super Bowl would have it. But,
Gotcha.
yeah, that'd be funny, though, if the Bills were their homies.
Home team at
home team. Yeah, right.
in
Home
Tampa.
team in
At
Tampa. That'd be
Tampa.
weird. No, but the interview after the game, they interviewed Brady, and he said his blood has thinned out pretty significantly in that warm weather in Tampa Bay, and now he's got to go up to Green Bay where it's going to be pretty cold.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick Tampa Bay only because I firmly believe Brady always has the stripes on his side, and I think just another record, just another something that he could put on his resume is going to go through. So Buccaneers beat the Packers.
You sound really sad about that. Yeah, I must say I'm probably in the same boat as my brother. You know, Green Bay is a very, traditional team. They're a likable team unless you're Minnesota, Chicago, or Detroit. But they have a tradition that goes way back. They have during training camp, they ride bikes with the kids. They're just a likable team. So to have Buffalo when Buffalo beats Kansas City, to play the Green Bay Packers in the Super Bowl would be fantastic. But to beat Tom Brady or to meet Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, that would also be fantastic if we win. If we lose, I'm going to be miserable. I think with a lot of people. And but yeah, I'm thinking Green Bay is going to win it, but I wouldn't mind if Tampa Bay. I won't mind who we play as long as we're in it. There we go.
Let's get in it first. I don't care.
Let's get in it. I want Green Bay. I wouldn't mind Tampa Bay, but I want the Buffalo Bills to beat Kansas City and go to the Super Bowl.
Boom.
Nicely done.
You're really gonna. I mean, obviously, you'd be bummed out. When you went into this game on Saturday, well, how'd you feel? Like, we were talking about it with the group that were here, and I was like hoping we're gonna win the game, but I was also at that weird calm where I was like, we've done more than we've done in a long time, right? We won that playoff game, and it's almost like you're playing with house money beyond this as far as how you feel about the team, right? Because it's like, hey, we're here now. We've never been here before. Wouldn't this be neat if we won? Even though you're really like, come on and win, like whatever. I don't know how I would have felt. I know, like, as soon as kickoff happened, I was just like crazy nervous. And I'll be the same way this week. But I don't know.
Are we going to get some truth here?
Well, I'll be upset, but I don't know. I just don't know, like, you know what I mean?
I'll help you out. In the Fandemonium, the Super Bowl, the final game of the season, is hard to get to.
Yeah.
Not a lot of teams have been there. It's hard. They say the hardest part about the NFL is getting to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Right? This game against the Kansas City Chiefs is going to be the hardest game the Buffalo Bills play.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Getting
absolutely.
to the Super Bowl is hard.
Yeah.
So, if your expectations are to win a Super Bowl, and we all want to,
Sure.
but those expectations are so high. You have, like we've been saying all year, you have to enjoy the ride.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why this week's a little different for me. Like I said, I want to be excited, but now it's like, okay, AFC Championship, here we go. This is the game we've been waiting for. But I don't want to be happy if the Bills lose. But we made it to the AFC Championship game. You know what I mean? We have a chance to go play the biggest game in the NFL.
Jarrod.
Oh yeah.
And you're right. We've been preaching it the whole season. Is enjoy the ride. But I'm on the same boat as the Buffalo Bills are. It's one and not done. So if I am with them, I will be disappointed if they don't make the Super Bowl, because if they're going into it, they're not going into it thinking, "Oh, we won a wild card game. We should be happy." I'm with them. If we don't win the championship and make it to the Super Bowl, I'm not going to be happy. And at the same time, yes, enjoying the ride, because it has been exciting. We talked about it before the Baltimore game. We weren't as nervous as we normally are. It was kind of like a oddly calmness. It was like calm, weird. And I don't want to say it was because we made it further than we thought we would, because I thought we would make it this far. So I think it's because we've been preaching the whole time, let's enjoy the ride. So we're going to take the steps as the Bills take the steps. The reason we're not panicky or overexcited is because we're moving along with them, and that's the right mindset to be in, I think.
Good point.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I'm going to be pissed.
Oh yeah, same here. I'm not going to be too
But
happy.
I don't know how long how long it's going to hang with me. You know what I mean? I don't know how long I'm going to be like God damn it, you know? I'm sure it'll be a while, but I would just have like this mindset right now where it's like, man, we're good and we're set up to be good for a long time. You know, all of these feelings are new feelings that have happened within the last 4 years. We had none of this for 20 years, you know. So going in the direction and actually being somewhere where you've been waiting so long to be, it's kind of like surreal, and it's super enjoyable, but it's a little scary, you know. So I think
scary.
It is, man.
My hands are sweating.
I get so pissed off at people that are like, well, yeah, goddamn right, we should be in the Super Bowl right now. Like, you know, they've been saying the same thing for the last 20 years. Like, this is the team that should be in the Super Bowl. They should go all the way, and they should win. But if somebody's sitting there thinking that this is happening earlier than we all thought, or it's happening right on schedule and it's not early, I will call that person a liar, because nobody thought after year 3 Josh Allen was going to take this team to the AFC Championship. They could have hoped it, but nobody really thought that that's what was going to happen, you know. So here we are. Definitely enjoy the ride. Root the hell out of it. But don't hate somebody because they didn't win the AFC Championship.
Okay.
Just be nice.
Guys, guys, we haven't talked about it because we talk about the here and now, but a couple weeks after the Super Bowl's even played, the Buf 24/7 Buf Fandemonium was going to talk about draft picks. We're going to talk about the free agency. It's all going to be fun all year round. So we're not going anywhere.
Nope.
We'll be here forever.
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 So anyway, that being said, I totally understand everybody's perspective on that. Our Buffalo Bills are playing in the AFC Championship game for the rights to go to the Super Bowl to play on Green Bay Packers, Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Hey.
What a great thing for us Bills fans, man. Enjoy the ride. Closing thoughts. Let's go with Swank first.
Hey, man. You know what? I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Go Bills. Just go Bills, man. We've been waiting. Go Bills. Joe Montana was the quarterback the last time we made it to this game. Go Bills.
Joe Montana, Hall of Famer. Great quarterback. Scott.
Hold on, I'm not done. So, just in case you got a couple more minutes to get your comments in for tonight's giveaway, the Willis McGahee autographed 8x10. Thanks so much. We hit in the 20s again for viewership, and that's awesome. Thank you. And if you want to join in on the conversation, feel free to do that every Tuesday at 8 p.m. on 24/7 Buf Fandemonium Facebook Live. We send out an event every week now. Please pass it around, share it. It's on a ton of sites. A lot of people have been gracious enough to let us share to their sites as they share to our sites, and that's awesome. So please get involved in it. Get up on these giveaways. And if you miss it, you can check it out on YouTube or the audio on Spotify, Anchor, or Apple Podcasts. Go Bills.
Go Bills. Scott, what's up?
Mine's a simple one, too. Go Bills.
Copycat.
No, it's the AFC Championship game that everybody wanted. It's the Chiefs.
Hey, I
versus
thought he
the
was
Bills.
your twin.
No, but it's the Chiefs versus the Bills. It's the championship game that everybody wants. You want the Super Bowl winner of the prior year to be there, and you want the new team to be there and take over. And you know what adds just a little bit of the spice to this game? It's always more exciting when they played the team previous in the regular season. It always adds that little more, either a revenge game or the defense has to adjust, or the team that lost won has to adjust more because things might change up a little bit. All that stuff plays into it. But it's an AFC Championship game. One more game we win, we make it to the Super Bowl. So just enjoy it and have fun. 6:40 is the kickoff time. Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Just a reminder, thank you to History Hunter NY. We have this Wilson McGahee. If you commented, you'll be put on the wheel of fortune. We'll spin that baby and we'll let you know who the winner is tomorrow. There was a nice glare on that. Also, we got stickers. Let us know what your address is. Personal message us. We'll send them out to you for free.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to thank everybody that watched tonight. Those of you who will watch in the future throughout the week. Buffalo Bills versus Kansas City. Like Scott said, like Swank said, this is what we've been waiting for. AFC Championship football, Sunday night, 6:40. Get your jerseys on, get your hoodies on, get your hats on, get your drinks on. Sit there and just watch our Buffalo Bills play some football in the AFC Championship game. One more game till the big game. Thank you very much. And as always, hey, also, wear all your Bills stuff all week. Be proud.
There you go.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Hey.